Hi, welcome to class. My name's Laurel Whalen and I'll be your class instructor this semester. Before we begin with some of our more interesting class activities, I would like to go over some of the logistics and give you some tips that will help you be successful in this class this semester. First, call me Laurel. No need to call me Professor Whalen or Mrs. Whalen. That's frankly my mother-in-law. So Laurel will certainly suffice. Secondly, this class will meet asynchronously, meaning that you don't have to log into Blackboard at any given time, and there's no set time that you have to complete work for this class, with the exception of the due dates for the individual modules, which you'll see on the syllabus. As you get started in this class, the most important place to start is the folder that says, appropriately, Start Here. In this folder, you'll find both the syllabus and the web agreement, and you'll also find the quiz that you'll need to take that essentially allows you to agree to the terms of the class before you can unlock the instructional materials in module number 1. There are lots of helpful resources in here, especially if you're new to online education, that will give you a great start on the semester and sort of figuring out how to learn in this new online learning environment. So before we begin with the specifics of this class, I just want to flip over for a second so I can show you a couple things in Blackboard so we can all be on the same page as we get started here. So as you can see here, I am in Blackboard. I'm actually in a course from last semester so that you can see the full functionality of the class in its whole parts instead of just pieces that you'll see as you first get into it. But so when you start in the Start Here tab on the left-hand navigation bar, you'll see some general information about the class and about me. And anytime you see an icon that looks like this, it looks like a little folder with tabs, that's a learning module. So when you click on that learning module, you will be able to see the contents, typically the instructional contents for that particular module. Now you can navigate them through the page navigation buttons, or you can navigate via the table of contents in the left-hand navigation bar. You can see here that there's an attachment in this particular post, and so you just need to click on that in order to view it. Also, anytime that you see a different color font, as you might expect, this is a live link and it will take you directly to an online site. Once you've reviewed all the terms of the class, you'll need to take the syllabus and the web agreement quiz, which I don't want you to be too intimidated about because it's more of just you agreeing to the terms of the course rather than a quiz itself. You do, however, have to record an attempt for that quiz before you can unlock the instructional materials for module number 1. Also over here on the left-hand side, you'll see the Help I Have a Problem link, and that just provides information to contact me or your peer mentor, and it also gives you a link to the course Q&A forum, which also is its own link on the left-hand navigation bar. And in this case, you can see all of the related threads that are appropriately titled for each of the individual modules, and if you have a question about any of these modules, you just click on it, and you will see that there's a parent post in all of them. You just click on reply and you'll be able to post your question, which you can see here from last semester can be answered by either me as your instructor or any of your peers. So if you know the answer to a course Q&A forum question, please feel free to answer it for your classmates as well. So then also on your left-hand navigation bar, in this case, you see all 7 modules posted here. Again, that's because it's a course from last semester. But you will see the one that is due at the present time as well as the ones that you've already completed. So once you click on a module, they all look the same. They're all set up the same way. There's an introduction video typically. There's a link to the Q&A forum, and then a checklist so that you can make sure that you've completed everything you needed to complete before the end of the module. Now again, you see the learning module icon here, so when you click on that, you'll be able to see all of the instructional materials, in this case for module number 2. So again, the readings are live links, so you can click through to those. PowerPoint slides, these are all narrated, so you'll be able to hear my content, my lecture essentially, on these particular things. Some related videos, again, that are linked. And then anytime you see an assignment, in this case, this assignment is an essay. So you'll see some important things at the top here. You'll see the due date, You'll see the number of points possible, and then this button right here where it says View Rubric, that you can click on that so you can see how I allocate points on this particular assignment so that you can make sure you're focusing on the most important components as you write your essay. When you go to submit your essay assignment, typically I like for you to attach a file unless I've specifically told you not to do that. So sometimes in blogs or discussion boards, I don't want you to attach a file because nobody will click on it if they need to reply to it. So sometimes I want you just to put the submission right in the text box. But when it's an assignment, typically I want you to attach your file right into Blackboard. Now also in this instance, this is a Safe Assign assignment. So Safe Assign is a database that all of your papers and essays run through to confirm that too much of it did not come from outside sources. So once you submit your assignment, you can also get a Safe Assign report where you can see the percentage of your paper that was taken from an outside source. So I think that is it. I do encourage you to use the Q&A forum in Blackboard. I respond to that very quickly. When you are in the course Q&A forum, if you want to get an immediate response, so say you post a question on there and you want to know exactly when I reply to it, you can hit subscribe right there at the top, and then you'll get an immediate email notification when someone posts to Blackboard. So that's a quick introduction to working with this class in Blackboard. The last thing I want to emphasize is that if you get lost, like you've clicked through too many times and you don't know where you are, you can always just click back on the module and it will take you back to the module homepage. So everything for the most part is contained therein. You don't need to sort of flip around and find a discussion board or find where to post an assignment. They're all live links contained directly in the module. Okay, now that we have the logistics out of the way and we've taken a look at how this class basically functions in Blackboard, I now want to take a minute to welcome you specifically to this course, Equity and Access. And this course is one of my favorites to teach. I've been teaching it for a really long time. But every semester it changes because we adjust the content so that it's relevant for today's discussion about sports and about society. So we're going to cover a wide range of topics, including things like race, gender, social class, education, politics. We're going to look at the convergence of these sociocultural issues with sport itself. And while you may not immediately think about sport and sociology going together, sport is very much a reflection of society. And so this is a really great opportunity for us to look at these larger sociocultural issues within the context of the sport industry. I think I say this in my introduction, but my mother-in-law describes that feeling when you get uncomfortable in a conversation with somebody as itchy armpits. So when you first meet somebody and the conversation suddenly turns to politics or who they voted for in the presidential election or religion, and you get a little bit uncomfortable. I want to replicate that feeling of getting a little bit uncomfortable about the topics that we're going to discuss, because I think that you don't push yourself to learn and to think about things from other perspectives until you get a little bit of that uncomfortable feeling. So we're going to encourage it through readings and videos and discussions about these itchy armpit types of topics. So there's lots of resources here in Blackboard and lots of the links that I provided to help you be successful. And in addition to me, I'm certainly willing to do whatever I need to do to help you be successful in this course. So if you get into trouble or you are uncomfortable with the format, please reach out early and don't wait until you're in trouble to tell me that you're having a problem, because I really am happy to help. That being said, I have office hours virtually every day from 1 to 3:30. Or anytime I'm logged into Skype. So feel free to call me on Skype or in my office or send me an email anytime that you see me online or if you have a question that you need answered. I look forward to working with you this semester, and if you have questions, post them to the Q&A board or feel free to send me an email. See you soon.